In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a LinkedIn Ads company engagement level Slack alert. My name is Mitchell Gould. I help B2B tech and service companies with LinkedIn Ads. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. There are a couple of requirements for this. You do need a paid Fibbler account and Zapier Pro account and Slack to get this set up. This is what the alert looks like. So it's going to show the company name, then it's going to show the company page URL, and then the engagement level. Now this engagement level is from LinkedIn Ads. So if you go into LinkedIn Ads and you go into the plan section, companies, you can see the companies that are getting paid impressions or are also engaging with your organic content, your organic company page. So LinkedIn will give you a score from very low to very high. And we're going to send any company that is showing high or very high engagement to our Slack. So we'll go back in here, and the benefits for this are you can provide your sales team with some warm outreach opportunities. It's also great if you want to further integrate this into outbound flows. That's a little more complex, but you can use this data to further enrich contacts and then use that in your outbound sequences. It's also great for account hygiene. So excluding, if there's any irrelevant companies that pop up, you can get those excluded quickly without continuing to show impressions to them. And I did want to mention, I did see this idea from Ali at Understory. So if you guys want some good LinkedIn Ads content, you can follow Ali on LinkedIn. He's a really great follow. But for my clients, it's been really beneficial for them to see the companies coming through for their sales team and then doing some connection requests on LinkedIn and starting some outreach with specific companies. So the steps to do this is that you first set up a signal in Fibbler, then you set up the Zap and test it out, and then this will run daily, and then we'll also set it up to deduplicate companies so the same companies aren't, you're not getting an alert for those same companies each day. And this is just the official definition of the company engagement level from LinkedIn. So first we're going to go to Fibbler. They do have a 30-day free trial here, and Fibbler just connects your CRM data with your LinkedIn Ads data to help determine if there's any influenced pipeline or revenue from LinkedIn. So I'll go into my Fibbler account here. And once you log in, you'll go to the signal section. So first step is creating the signal. So you can see you'll give it a signal name, then select the campaigns that you want for this. So I'll just select a few here. I usually select all the campaigns in the account. Then we're going to get the webhook URL from Zapier. So we'll leave that blank. For the destination, we're going to use Zapier for this. And then the engagement levels here, we're going to select very high and high. So we want this to run when any company has high or very high engagement. You can run it for different intervals, but we want this for any companies in the last 7 days showing those engagement levels. And we also want to run it daily. So there's an option for weekly as well. And I'll just give this a simple name here. So I just named it that since I have some versions already. Then before we add the signal, we need this webhook URL. So we'll go into Zapier, and you're going to create a new Zap here. So we'll go ahead and create a new Zap, and we'll set up the triggers and actions for this. I'm going to go into a completed one so we could walk through it together here step by step. So there's going to be 5 steps to this, and the storage step here helps store the company so we know we already had an alert from them and we don't continue to send it to Slack. So first, you're going to set up a webhooks by Zapier. You might have a version name or you might not here. So you'll create that trigger. That's the first trigger. And then you'll set that up here, and the trigger event will be a catch hook. And then you'll go to the configure section and you can click continue. And then you'll want to find new records here, and then you'll select the latest record. And you can see here we have the data name Fibbler. This is just the test here. So we have the LinkedIn company page URL. We have the data engagement level. So this is all the parameters that we're going to use for our Slack alert. And then in this text section here, you're going to see the Zapier webhook URL. So we'll click copy there, and we'll go back into Fibbler, and that's where we'll paste this webhook URL. So we'll paste it there, and we'll click add signal, and then that will add our signal. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see our signal is set up here. And we'll go back into Zapier, and then we'll click continue with that selected record. And the next thing you're going to set up is the trigger here will be a storage by Zapier. The action that you'll want to select is get value. So for the account, if you don't have, I already have one, so it's connected here, but you should see something that says create a secret key or a storage account. So you'll just go through a couple steps here, and then you'll be able to select your storage by Zapier account. We'll go to continue in the configure section, and we want to store the company name. So you can type in company underscore alert underscore, and then you're going to select the data name. So if you do backslash here, you can select parameters, or just type that in and click the plus icon and then search for data name. So this is just creating a key for all the companies that come through here. It's going to store this as a key in our storage. And then successful if no search results are found, that's true. Step run status is success. And then for this, if multiple search results are found, return the first search result. So that's what it should look like here. Then click continue, and then you can test this step here. It should say false here for data out. We'll click retest just so you can see. And when I clicked retest step, it shows true, true, true here. So it's saying it's already found that value and stored before here, but we'll click continue, and then we'll set up a filter. So a filter by Zapier, and click continue. And in the configure and test section, only continue if the Zap search was found status is boolean is false. So if it didn't find that company in the storage before, it's going to continue through the other steps. So we'll click continue here, and then we're going to set up a Slack send channel message. So you'll add Slack if you don't have that added before, and then the action for this event is send channel message, and then you're going to connect your Slack account. So I already have my accounts selected here, but it's really easy to add Slack your account here. Then we'll click continue, and then in the configure section, this is where we're going to select the channel. So mine's a test channel. And then for the add Zapier app to channel automatically, we have that as yes. And then we have this full message in here. So it says new company engagement alert. It has a rotating light emoji. If the company is showing high or very high engagement in the last 7 days, just some copy there. Then we have the company name, the LinkedIn company page URL, and the engagement level. So I'll put this in the description so you can paste it in, but you will need to add these parameters in. So I have these asterisks. It just makes the alert bold for the company name. Then you'll have a space here, and then you click the plus icon here, and then we want the data name. So this is just how you'll be able to set it up. And then for LinkedIn company page, again, we have a space between that asterisk, and then we want the company page. So it's data LinkedIn company page URL. We add that in here. Again, you can either do a backslash and search for stuff, or look for the data in here, or you can click the plus icon to find that data. So we'll type in engagement level, and we have data engagement level. So that's going to dynamically pull in all that data for this alert. Then send as a bot, yes. Bot name, you can just call it whatever you want. We have it as Fibbler bot. Include a link to the Zap, no. Everything else, auto expand links is set to no. Link usernames and channel names, no. That's what the full send channel message looks like in the configure section. So you just need to copy that, then click continue, and then you can test this step and then click continue. And then after it sends the message, we want to store that we saw that company come through. So you're going to set up another storage by Zapier, and then in the setup, it's storage by Zapier, and the action event is setting a value, and you'll choose your storage by Zapier account that you created, and then you'll click continue to configure. And the data name for the key, we're going to set up that same key we set up in step 2. So we have the company underscore alert underscore, and it's dynamically pulling in the company name. And then the value is true here. So just copy this configure step, then click continue, and then you can retest this step. We have true, company alert Fibbler, value is true, and then you just publish this. So that's the full 5-step setup. So once that's published, so I can see my company engagement alerts are coming through. If you're having any issues seeing this, again, the steps to test this are going to be to go back into Zapier, go into the first step, into the test step, and then you're going to click find new records. Since we're storing a company, once we test it and we try to retest it, since it already had that alert come through for that company, it's not going to send another one. You can try clicking find new records, and then selecting a record, and then clicking continue with selected record here, and then go into the send channel message, and then go into the test section and click retest step. And then that, when you do the retest step here and it's already been published, that should be sending an alert to Slack. So that's how I set it up for my clients. This has been really beneficial for them. There's also other Slack notifications with LinkedIn ads that you can use. So if you're running lead gen forms, I would definitely check out this video so you can set up Slack notifications for that.